Hello guys, today we're reading Kayaking at the Blue Lake, a story by Emmett Smith, illustrations by Loma Tilders.
Kayaking
at Blue Lake, a story by
Annette
Smith, illustrations by
Loma Tilders. I hope Mama pronounced it correctly too. It's not easy for Mama too. Tim and Jeff sat on the pier and tossed stones into the water below. Pay attention to the word pier, toss stones. Look at your foot. Tim's parents own a small wooden cabin. No, do not move around. You have to pay attention to the words Mama reading so that you know there are many new words.
Oh.
Tim's parents owned a small wooden cabin at Blue Lake, and Jeff was staying with them for the weekend. Are we going to paddle the kayaks all the way around the lake? Asked Jeff, pointing to the cabins in the distance. Yes, replied Tim. We're going to visit some friends and have lunch with them. It looks a long way from here, said Jeff. I don't think I can paddle. Paddle that far. I did read.
Of course you can, Tim. Remember, you're going with Dad in his kayak. He's the strongest paddler, don't worry. Anyways, we'll keep close.
We'll keep close.
We keep close to the shore.
Just then, Tim's parents came down the path toward the pier. Come and help us get these kayaks into the water, called Tim's dad. They are quite heavy. When they were settled in their seats, Tim shouted, Let's go, Mom. We'll have to paddle hard if we're going to beat those two around the bend. Hey now, called Dad with a laugh. Who said this was a race? I did read.
As they paddled around the bend, they could see
around the bend.
Around the bend, they could see another kayak moving quickly out into the middle of the lake. Splashes of water from the paddles glistened in the sun. All of a sudden, Tim shouted, That kayak has
capsized.
What does that mean? Oh, no, I know. I can't see someone in the water. It looks like a voice.
That's capsized.
You're right, said Mom, squinting in the sunlight. He's a long way from the shore. He should never have gone out all alone.
Dad and Jeff paddled their kayak closer to Mom and Tim. That boy needs help, said Tim. He has his hand in the air. Mom and Dad looked at each other. We'll take you two over to the shore first, said Mom. You can stay there while Dad and I go in one kayak to help the boy. At least he has his life jacket on, said Dad. Tim and Jeff watched anxiously from the shore as Mom and Dad paddled toward the overturned kayak. I did read.
When Mom and Dad reached the kayak, they could see that the boy wasn't much older than Tim and Jeff. He was very relieved to see them.
Mom spoke to him quietly. We'll help you onto our kayak and you can lie on your stomach. Between us, you will be safe there. Dad leaned over the side, taking great care not to lose his balance, and held the boy's arm firmly. Mom leaned the other way to keep the kayak steady as Dad pulled the boy on board. I did read.
In the meantime, Tim has found Mom's cell phone in the bag that she had left with him. Our friends will be wondering where we are, said Tim. I can't remember their number, but I'm not sure if I can get this phone. It's a new one.
I've never used it.
I've never used it before. He pressed a few keys, and the phone made a beeping noise. Tim tried again, but he
He
still
still?
couldn't get the phone to work.
Here, let me have it, said Jeff. I know what to do. What's their number? Jeff pressed the right keys and made the call. He quickly gave the phone to Tim so that he could let their friends know what had happened. I did read.
When the boy was safely on board the kayak, Mom and Dad paddled carefully back to the shore. Almost at the same time, Mom and Dad's friends came speeding across the lake in their motorboat.
How did they know we needed some extra help? Asked Dad. I found Mom's phone in her bag, grinned Tim. But it was Jeff who got it to work. The boy thanked them all for rescuing him. He was staying in one of the cabins across the bay too. Dad turned to him and said, our friends will be able to get you home quickly in their boat. As their friend's boat pulled away from the shore, Tim said to the others, come on, let's keep going. It must be nearly lunchtime. I did read.
I was great. Mom laughed as she looked at her watch. You're right, Tim. She said, I'm sure we'll all be ready for lunch by the time we get there.